Hi, I'm Debbie Brown with DebbieBrownQuilts.com, and I want to show you how I'm going to quilt this very large border. I didn't measure it, but it's big, so I'd say that's about 5 inches, and the purpose of it is to make this quilt into more of a rectangle. But what do you quilt in a border like that? I've chosen to use only one thread in this quilt, and it's a gray-green, kind of can look purple, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a stencil. And I'm going to, this circle stencil, and I'm going to put my circles right in the middle. Now, I did measure it out on the upper border, so I know that if I put this end of the stencil on the top of the border, that these circles will be perfectly in the middle of this border, or perfectly enough. So, I have my pounce pad, give it a little bit of a bang, and swipe it across. I only need that middle row of circles right there. So let me see if I need to move the camera in a little bit to show what I'm going to do next. Okay. I'm going to come over to the left side here, and I'm going to use my needle up and down button, which I have on both handlebars of my Handy Quilter Forte. Needle up and down, pull up my bobbin thread so I can hold them. And I'm going to press the knot button, which is on my left handlebar, and it's going to make a knot for me. Now, I'm not going to stitch, I'm choosing to not stitch these circles. What I'm going to do is use the circles to help me make swirls going across. So I'm going to stitch around 3/4 and continue around. So what I've done is I've stitched around 3/4 of the circle, and then I have spiraled into the middle, retraced it back to the beginning. Let me trim those threads out before they annoy me. And then retrace it back to the beginning, come over to the halfway mark, and come under the next one. Retrace it back to the beginning, come under, and over the next one. Those are not perfect, and I'm absolutely fine with that. It can look a little scribbly right now. The chalk can wear off, and it will wear off. But I'm going to come back and show you how I make this border much more interesting, starting with a stencil. I've stitched these swirls all the way across my quilt, and I did not break my thread yet. I did not cut my thread. What I'm doing is I'm echoing around each of these spirals, these swirls. So I have the ruler foot on my Handy Quilter Forte, just the regular foot that comes with the machine. It's 1/4 inch away from the needle in all directions. So I'm trying to kind of stitch with that 1/4 inch, tracing along the spiral that I've already stitched. And then I can come up and over. Now you see this one big bubble I did whenever I tried to quilt one-handed? That's not really going to matter that much. Wait till you see what happens. So I'm now going to try to keep my arm out of the camera, and I'm going to stitch up and over, and up and over. Are they perfect? No. Will it matter? No. Wait till you see this border when it's finished. I'll come back and show you step 3. I've echoed under each of my spirals that started in the circles. I've echoed over, and now I'm going to fill in this background, which is going to disguise everything and make it all play well together. Remember that this is a 1/4 inch foot. So I stitched a little curve. You could do a straight line. I tend to do a bit of a curve until I'm about 1/4 inch away from the line I just stitched. I'm going to stitch back up, close to where that echo is, curve it back down. So what that did was it disguised what was going on, any of the imperfections, and the highly contrasting thread color can really make this border magical instead of just, oh, I'll meander in there or put some loops in a matching color. So I'm going to stitch around this because I don't make knots. Doesn't that look amazing? Every bit of it is imperfect, but it plays together perfectly for my border. Thanks for visiting with me today. If you're interested in the stencils or any other products, you can go to debbiebrownquilts.com, sign up for my newsletter, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and stay tuned to see what my next video is going to be.